How narcissists isolate you. People think narcissists isolate you by being controlling or possessive, but the real danger is that they make isolation feel like your choice. And that's why so many intelligent, confident people don't see it happening. However, the most deceptive part isn't what they take away, it's what they give you at the very end. And that's where things really get dark, because their manipulation is not direct. It's disguised as emotional intimacy and disguised as care and admiration. One, they reframe your solitude as sophistication. At first, they don't say you don't need your friends. They say you're different from them, and it sounds like praise, like a velvet rope between you and the crowd. And soon you start believing your independence is proof of your uniqueness, not the result of someone quietly pulling threads out of your social web. The narcissist applauds your selective energy, subtly encouraging you to filter out anyone who doesn't admire. You meaning anyone who might see them clearly, and you begin to think you're evolving, when in reality you're just orbiting closer and closer to their emotional gravity. They convince you that people who question them are negative, jealous, or draining, and so little by little, you detach from everyone else, believing it's for your peace. 2. They build a private language only you two understand. It starts with inside jokes, shared phrases, and little symbols that make you feel like a secret. Duo against the world. That language becomes a world of its own, but it's also a moat keeping others out. You start using their words, adopting their tone, even mirroring their opinions, all of it becoming small rehearsals for loyalty. By the time you notice, conversations with others feel clumsy, like you're translating yourself into a language you've half forgotten. The narcissist wants this because the more fluent you become in their language, the less fluent you are in your own voice. 3. They turn your memories into unreliable narrators. When you recall an event that doesn't flatter them, they tilt their head and say, "That's not how it happened." Not with anger, but with gentle certainty, and you hesitate. Maybe you did misremember. It's not gaslighting in the loud, dramatic way, it's a quiet erosion of trust in your own mind. Every time you doubt your memory, they move another piece of reality onto their side of the chessboard. Eventually, even the story of who you are feels co-authored by someone who edits out your strength and confidence and replaces it with dependence and confusion. They rewrite your past so you stop trusting your own perspective and start relying on theirs. 4. They reward isolation, like loyalty. When you skip a dinner with friends, they beam when you decline a call from your sister. They touch your hand and say, "I love how you prioritize us." It feels intimate, romantic, like a secret alliance. But soon you realize the only moments that earn warmth are the ones that make you smaller. Connection outside the relationship becomes emotional disobedience. You start associating solitude with peace, because it's the only state that keeps them pleased. The narcissist trains you to mistake compliance for closeness. 5. They make your world quieter so their voice echoes louder. When you're alone long enough, silence stops being empty and starts being suggestive. You replay their compliments, their criticisms, their rules for how you should be. The narcissist doesn't have to forbid your connections. They just have to replace your inner dialogue with their own. One day you go to message a friend and feel hesitation. Not fear of rejection, but fear of displeasing someone who isn't, even in the room. That's not isolation. That's occupation. They've moved into your mind and rearranged the furniture until it feels like their home, not yours. 6. They disguise your shrinking world as deep love. They tell you no one else gets. They do that. Others misunderstand your complexity. It sounds poetic, almost noble, until you realize love shouldn't require blindness. You've stopped sharing stories, stopped reaching out, stopped being witnessed by anyone but them. That's the final trick, convincing you that your loneliness is proof of connection, not control. And here's the truth. Healthy love expands your life. It doesn't shrink it. Real connection gives you the courage to connect with others, not the fear of losing one person's approval. If you ever find yourself feeling smaller, quieter, or more unsure in love, that's not devotion, that's domination disguised as intimacy. The moment you realize that you can start to reclaim the parts of yourself that were never theirs to edit.